Hello, and welcome to another holiday episode of Mom's Work. I'm your host, Kristin Weinrich, mom of two, fourth grade teacher, and scrambling to get everything ready for Christmas. I'd love to tell you to grab a mug of hot cocoa and sit in front of the fire while listening to this episode, but let's be honest, you're probably wrapping presents in a panic while watching a Hallmark movie and eating Christmas cookies. Whatever Christmas magic form you're in today, I'm so glad you're here with us. Speaking of Christmas magic, my guest today totally gets what it's like to juggle teaching, motherhood, and the chaos of December. She's a mom of two, a teacher, author, and of a book coming out in May of 2026 called Math to the Music, grade 4 and 5, and the brilliant creator behind Math with Miss McD on Instagram and Facebook, where she tells it like it is and is ridiculously funny. Welcome to Becca McDonagh. You might have seen her legendary reels decoding student name mysteries and pronunciations. Well, today we're unwrapping some stories of our own. Becca, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. It's my first podcast.
I'm probably a little more excited about this than is normal or healthy because I feel like you weren't even a real person because I saw you on Instagram and now like I'm having a conversation with you. So this is
I
pretty
have a
exciting.
face. Yeah.
You
Feeling is
actually
mutual.
exist. You actually
I do.
exist.
I do.
On my last episode, I talked with Ruth McKinney about making a cozy Christmas in your house and creating traditions for your family and easy decorating. But today, Becca and I are going to take a different angle and talk about the more humorous side of keeping the holiday magical while also keeping your sanity important. But before we get started, Becca, can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes. Hi. So I'm Becca McDonagh. I've been a teacher for almost 20 years, two full decades. I've been at the school that I'm at for almost the last 10, and both of my kids have come and gone in my elementary school. So I've widened my horizons a little bit and I've started dabbling in social media. And I'm currently, as you said, in the middle of finishing up and handed in a book, a set of books that'll be published next summer.
And
And
are
yeah,
they
we're just
just like
here.
your teaching stories, your war stories of the last 20 years?
Do you know, I actually got approached by a publisher who was basically like, I just want you to write about anything. And I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
I'm not an author. I don't really think I have anything to contribute.
How many pages?
Um, yes, yeah, 500 pages. There we go.
Wow.
Yes. So we ended up coming up with the idea to collaborate with my favorite creator of math music videos, Ben from Number Rock.
Okay.
And it is a collaboration with Ben from Number Rock. So we are essentially kind of creating this faceted multimedia to my teaching videos and Ben's music videos and hands-on projects and whole brain teaching. And so it covers all the math standards for fourth and fifth grade in this really like integrated, fun, super hands-on way. So we're
Oh,
really
that sounds
excited.
that sounds great. I'm excited to read it. That's going to be a
Yeah.
good one. A little bit more of you. How about that?
Yes, very excited. And there's some teacher stories thrown in. So I had amazing people from the community, yourself included,
Ooh.
who sent some stories in. And so those are kind of peppered throughout just to kind of give our little teaching moments their shine that they deserve. I mean, I had enough to make two full books of
I'm
those just on
sure.
their own. So
I'm sure.
look out for that. Maybe that might be a future
Right.
project.
500 more. And it's so funny because I hear teachers and myself say all the time like we should be writing this down. This would make a great book. So you're actually doing it. So I'm like I should have
Yes,
started my
yes.
book 20 years ago because then you forget. Like you're like I will never forget that this happened and then you do. Like with your own
Oh,
children.
what did I have for breakfast this morning? I
Right.
mean, there's no way. It's come and gone.
I can't tell you what happened 18 years ago in my classroom, but once in a while, like something will bring up that memory and you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, do you remember this kid or that funny thing that happened or whatever." So that'll be fun, really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And you told me you teach kindergarten through fifth grade.
I sure do. So I am our gifted teacher, and so I get to pull every group of kids, all age groups, and it's kind of a wild ride because I've got kindergarten this year and fifth back to back. So
Wow.
the littles come in and then leave, and the bigs come in, and so it's just this kind of constant staying on your toes. You know, one minute you're sort of like a circus performer and
Right.
hanging with the little itty bitties, and the next everyone's like throwing like 6, 7, and
Yeah,
you've got
oh,
these
all day
practically
long,
like
six,
yes
seven.
these
Uh-huh.
like middle school
Mm-hmm.
bound children who are
Mm-hmm.
just like determined to drive me absolutely bonkers.
But because are they the oldest in the school, the fifth
They
grade?
are the oldest in the school. Yeah.
So my fourth graders are the oldest in the school, and I feel like because they are, you do get some of that middle school stuff, but at the same time, like them being with the littler kids, kind of they still want to talk about their birthday and their soccer game. And then at the same time, they're all 6, 7, and oh, Mrs. Weinrich, you're so cringy, though I don't think we're saying cringy anymore because when I say it, they're like,
That's exactly right. If
yeah,
we say it, we just
Riz
immediately
and
make it
Aura
uncool.
and yeah, and they were like, stop saying it. So it's kind of a fun balance of like, I'm so embarrassing, but at the same time, they kind of laugh about it. But then again, they're like, my finger hurts. Can I have a band-aid? And you're like, oh, you're just a
Yes.
baby. Like, and yeah.
They are. They are like little kids still just trapped in these like growing kids' bodies. And I think, especially around the holidays, which I'm excited that we're going to talk about today,
Yeah,
that's really when I see those little kids come out. And I mean, my fifth graders are just as excited about the things that we do in my classroom during the holidays as the kindergartners are.
I'm
And
sure.
I'm so glad they haven't hit that too cool for Christmas.
Right.
It's really still very sweet to see how engaged they are with what we do around the
That'll be
holidays.
next year when they're not in the elementary school anymore. So you get them while they're still excited about it.
Yes,
And it's
exactly,
funny
exactly.
because Thanksgiving is late this year. I feel like everybody was really holding on and hanging in there. And then last Monday, literally like the clock hit 12 o'clock and they all went over the edge. Like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was like, what is happening in this classroom? Like I made the kids go outside. I was like, take a deep breath, walk in, start again. And we have 2 half days this week, and then teachers have conferences in the afternoon. So I'm like, we just have to hold it together for like, 6 more hours. But they have been there. I have a great class. They're so great, but it was like just that kind of holiday feeling hit hard on Monday, and we are just because they know
Done.
Thanksgiving. Oh, because for the listeners, we're actually recording before Thanksgiving because the holidays get busy. So I am leading up to Thanksgiving break, and I feel like they have been filled with the holiday spirit starting about 6 days ago. So,
That is a precious and very diplomatic way of saying it. That
isn't
they are
it
filled with the holiday spirit,
filled with the holiday spirit? Indeed.
overflowing with holiday spirit.
It's just oozing out of them. So
That's right. All of their pores.
December is always just kind of managing the chaos, but it is fun. I mean, it's such a fun time of year, but
And it goes by so fast. I feel like that's the crazy part is like we're still trying to do instruction and
uh-huh.
teach new concepts. I mean,
And come
my
like
guys,
December 15th, they're not even available to take it in because their heads are filled with
no.
like candy canes and,
Yeah.
Christmas
Yep.
presents and
It is done. So to try and we're testing. I don't know about you guys, but we're
oh,
testing during the season. So
no.
we just
You
are
test in December?
we test in December. Our like big state assessment. We do the
Stop.
progress monitoring too, and it will be literally like around the 15th. So
My mouth is like on the floor right now.
yeah, wild. So
Okay.
all of our like big winter diagnostic stuff happened last week and will be happening in the next 2 weeks. So you can imagine, I'm like, is this data reliable? Is
Oh,
this
wait,
or
but
are these kids hyped up?
when do you start? Because we start at the end of August. So we're closer to the middle of your school year?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we start second week of August. Always teachers actually go back the last day of July.
Oh,
So it just keeps seems like it creeps earlier and earlier. And then
because
our kids
Becca's in
come back
Florida, just
second
to
week.
clarify. Becca's in
Yes,
Florida.
I'm
I'm
in
in
Florida.
Pennsylvania.
So also, for us, and I think we'll talk about this later, but nothing feels like there's like a Christmas or Thanksgiving season. I mean,
Right.
it's still hot as
Mm.
Hades. Everyone is still boiling to death here. So it doesn't matter. It's not like we
The
get
snow
closer
has
to
come.
Christmas and yeah, we're
Right.
not preparing for snow. We just got done with
It's the
having
calendar.
hurricanes.
Yeah, right.
It
Season
yeah,
just ended. Yeah,
this
it's
is
just the
just when the
calendar.
rest of the world
Yeah,
exactly. It's
they
just
see it on the
apparently
calendar
when
and that's it.
everybody else. That's right. That's
And
exactly
in
right.
in your spare time, when you're not teaching children, taking care of your own 2 children, or creating content for Instagram, what do you like to do for fun?
Oh, that's cute. What a cute
Those like
question.
5 minutes you have a week. What do you do?
Yeah. I just was chatting with a friend about how I love and made a goal for myself to be reading more this year,
Mm.
but I have to like listen to audiobooks and I will have a come to Jesus with people who say listening to audiobooks is not reading. I
Oh,
am
totally
intaking
is.
literature. And
Yeah.
so therefore I
Yeah.
am reading, but I have to listen to it on like 1.25 speed because I don't even have the
Move it
time to
along.
properly process.
Right.
I'm like, what's the end of this book? Like, let's get
Skip
moving.
skip the middle.
Yeah. Is this book less than 5 hours from start to finish? Because
Well,
otherwise
and
we do not have time.
And taking it in audio, like an audiobook is so much easier because you can do it in the car, you can do it when you're cooking dinner, like it to sit down and read a book, which I love to do, but I always joke that like I read in June, July, and August. I can't read from September till the beginning of June because I just don't.
Correct.
I've had the same book on my nightstand for 3 months, and I just, when I get into bed at night, I'm like, I can't.
You
I
crash
just
out. We
can't.
are crashing out. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that is exactly right. The car is the best time. And then I am a massive traveler. So
Okay.
I'm a single mom. And so
Okay.
I've got my kiddos half the time. And so when they're not with me, that is the goal, is to stay busy and
Yeah.
to, just be able to do things, because when I'm with them, they have 100% of my attention,
Hmm.
all the things, all the sports, all the stuff. And so that balance has been really good to feel like I can really pour into them when they're here. When
Yeah.
they're not here, I'm traveling. So I am going to Iceland over spring break, and I just went to
Wow.
Spain this summer in Andorra.
Wow.
So yeah, I do love to travel. So being able to look at new places to go and plan trips and stuff, that's also really fun.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. My gosh. And
Yeah.
Iceland. Wow. You're like traveling. You're not like heading up to Disney World. You're like, I guess people in
I'm
Florida are
like,
like, yeah, yeah, Disney World.
get me out of Disney. I'm like, yeah, we got to get as far away from all the tourists as
Because it's right
possible.
there. Like, how far are you from Disney? You're probably like, it's in
Oh,
your
an
backyard.
hour. I
Yeah.
cannot.
So,
Yeah, it is so close by. And so we're close to all of the beaches in Florida and then close to Disney. So we just hit traffic no matter what direction we try to
oh,
get out of the
yes.
state. So
Yes. And
just
when
fly.
something's like literally in your backyard, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Where everybody else in the country is like, you live near that. And you're like,
I
nah, because you can go
know.
anytime you want. Like, it's not, you know.
And my kids are not Disney kids, which is wild. They just never have been. And they're not beach kids. I don't know what I did wrong, but
Yeah,
they
what are they going to? They'll move up here to the north and be in the
probably,
mountains or
they do.
something.
They love the mountains. They
Like,
love New
great.
England. They love everywhere that is not here, right? Which
Oh,
is probably every kid. They want
kind
to
of the
be
way it
where
goes, right? My
grass is greener.
gosh.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for telling us a little bit about you. And I'm going to ask you a few more questions to kind of get to know you a little better. How has being a parent helped you navigate sticky situations at work? Because I'm sure that it has.
Yes, that's such a good question. And I think about how I taught before I had kids.
Okay.
So I had kids about 5 years into starting teaching. And I think back at the way that I approached behavior, the way I approached conflict with parents, the way I approached just about everything, like outside of the actual like teaching content itself.
Right.
And there's something really beautiful about having kind of experience that transfers over to how all of your students are your kids, and
Hmm.
you just have this whole new level of empathy, I think.
I agree.
And I think what I've really learned, so my kids now are, I have a preteen and a teenager. And so one of the big things I've learned is when my kids get angry, and this transfers to my students, it's
Yeah.
always, we always talk about how that's their secondary emotion. And so figuring out what their primary emotion is. Are you
Oh,
scared?
interesting.
Are you embarrassed? Are you disappointed? Because, and you and I were talking about this before we started, but
Right.
we feel like there's been this kind of explosion of behaviors that have happened sort of over the last like 4, 5, 6 years.
Yes.
And when you really get down to it, especially with our little kids, why are you throwing things? Why are you under the desk? Why are you yelling? Well, someone hurt my feelings. I'm embarrassed.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm afraid of how this thing is going to impact me. I'm afraid I'm not going to get to do this if I don't get to do it right now. So I think being a parent for me has really helped me just understand kind of like the root of where kids' behavior comes from.
Hmm.
I mean, now being able to, help be a part of the modification process, or like integrate good strategies for them, that's a lifelong thing, right? That
Right.
everybody has to be working on with kids. But I think it's just maybe giving me more empathy for where the behaviors come from.
And don't you feel too, like I think I said in a previous episode, like I thought I got it when before I had kids, just got it, quote unquote, from the parents' perspective. And now, like on curriculum night, I'm like, I have a third grader and a first grader. I'm sorry that I send homework home to you. Like I feel like, I'm like, I am working for you. I am working with you. We are having the same arguments at my house that you are having. I am going to send a project home. I'm sorry. Like, and you just, or, if the child comes in and they're like, I didn't do my homework last night. And you're like, well, what was going on? They're like, well, I had this and that. I'm like, I feel that. Like,
I get it.
we didn't fill the reading log in last night because we had dance class and basketball. And so I find that I am a little more realistic in like my spelling homework is shockingly not the be all end all. And I can see it from
Wild.
you know,
Yes.
or I call myself
Wild.
school mom and I'll say to the kids, like, listen, I can tell you right now, your mom did not buy you that sweater for it to be on the classroom floor. Can you pick it up or hang it in your cubby? And they like look at me and I'm like, your
Yes.
parents do not want more laundry to do, or, so I feel like I'm working for them now, because I get it 100%
Yeah.
because I'm right there. So,
You're so right. Yeah, that empathy extends to parents too. And like we do computer-based homework, for example.
okay.
And I think before it would have been like, I mean, you find a way to get it done.
Right.
Oh,
What do you
both your
mean?
parents work at night and like
Yeah.
you don't, no one's there helping you with your homework. Like,
Yes.
no, I think that just like, yeah, understanding how parents' lives are tricky and how, and being a single mom, I totally understand that. Like,
Right.
there's just one of me and there's two kids and there's two places they have to be. And
And
I
there's only
can't
so
always
much
get all the
time.
things done. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that empathy just kind of extends to everybody once you've got kids of your own.
And I love that idea. I'm gonna take that with me that your anger or whatever is your secondary emotion. Let's get to the root of the problem. What's the problem? And so look at us learning from each other. I
I
like that.
know.
Look
So
at
good.
us.
So wise.
All right. What is the biggest compliment that somebody can give you?
Oh, that's such a good question. Well, I think that you and I are very similar
Hmm.
in terms of our extroversion and
Yes.
our love of chat and so for me, I think when I can really slow down and someone recognizes that I'm being a really good listener,
Oh.
that I'm asking really good questions, for me that feels like I'm taking a beat and I'm really being present in the conversation and my mind is not, on the 10,000 other things
Hmm.
that are going on, or I don't feel like an immediate need to like jump in with advice or response, but I can just be able to show up and, like here, and that goes to our kids too, right? I think like
Right.
when a kid says to me, like, I've got a fifth grader this year who's just had a hard time with, all his teachers kind of throughout. And, you know, he said to me a few times this year, like, this is my safe space when I come to your classroom
Oh,
because
nice.
you just listen and ask questions.
Oh,
It's really easy to be like, I see a behavior and I'm just going to jump on top of that behavior
right.
with a recommendation or a request or
Right.
a solution. But it's a lot harder, but definitely a lot more beneficial for both of us to take a minute, even when, we are so busy, a thousand other things
Right.
need our attention. Yeah. Can I just be in that moment with that kid and actively listen to what they need?
While you were saying that, I was making a conscious effort to not open my mouth because, like you, I'm like, I could say something. I could say, like, I'm exactly the same. And I'm like, and I often say to people, I'm like, I'm sorry I interrupted. And I'm like, I have to make an effort to, like, shut it, Kristen, shut your mouth. And it's
That
just who
is
I am.
hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh, and when we were recording the introduction, I literally had to be like, Becca, do not say, don't pepper. She said, wait until she says
Wait
your
till I
name
say your name the second time to
and just
talk.
sit there, sit there. I was like,
Isn't
I'm gonna
that
have to be
funny?
myself.
But when I
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to
No, no,
interrupt you. I was
no,
just going to
no.
say it's, right, like because you're so concentrated on what you want to say, or this is how I feel, that then I'm not actually listening to what the person's saying because I'm so focused on my own thoughts. So I do have to do that myself. Stop and like shut it and just let another person talk and have a thought. So
And in our defense, I think being a teacher, right, you literally plan for 45 minutes to an hour, however many times a day, of what you need to get through to
right,
deliver to
right,
your kids. And it's about what you're supposed to be putting out to them, right? And so part of that process is, are we constantly like stopping to check for understanding? Are we constantly like listening to questions? And then are we flexible and responsive, right? Like all those things that people look for when they come to watch us.
right,
And it's really hard not just be like, I have to get through this. So
right.
I'm going to keep going.
I feel like
And for
I'm
that to
I'm
not
a
carry over.
I'm a fast eater. I'm a fast drinker. I don't like to waste time and I'm always like go 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 and you're right or a child will be trying to explain themselves. I'm like, "So what you're saying is," and I'm like, again, "Shut it, Kristen, let them talk." But I just right, like I'm just always like, "Let's keep moving forward." And my my 6-year-old at home, oh goodness, I love her to death and she just has no sense of urgency. Like I always say like her hair could be on fire in a room filled with fire. And she would like stop and pick like a new ring to put on her finger and play with her toys before she thought about exiting the building. And that causes a lot of like friction between the two of us. And I always say to her, like, but honey, sometimes, like in the morning when we have an hour to get up and eat breakfast and get out the door, like, there's not time. So that is something that I'm working on with her. And we're just very different in that way. And yeah, so she is
I feel that.
teaching.
Yes.
And I'm
I
like,
feel that so deeply in my bones. I
I'll say
know.
to my husband, like, I am being really patient, but it was 8 minutes of what shirt is she going to wear? And you know what I mean? Anyway, that's my own issue. And the last question, what has been your biggest working mother challenge?
Oh my gosh, you and I were talking about this before we started recording. It is having, and I am assuming this goes for, I've done a couple of jobs before I became a teacher. I
Okay.
became a teacher at 27.
Okay.
And I lived in Europe before that. And so I
Oh,
worked in
wow.
HR and I worked in recruiting. So, and that was before I had kids, but I would imagine it's the same for anybody, no matter what job you're doing. It is having capacity for my children when I am done with work.
Yes.
And it is giving them like more than the like droplets of patience and droplets of attention that I have stored somewhere in the depths of my bones after it has been like leached out to all the
Hmm.
other children all
For
day
eight
long.
hours. Hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the Kristen, these kids still need to eat food. I mean, they
Right.
apparently every day of their life, they
And they're
want to eat
usually
dinner.
not going to like whatever it is that you offer them. It's going to be
Correct.
disgusting or
I'm like,
gross or the worst thing in the world. So,
yes. Like,
yeah.
what do you mean you guys want dinner? Again, I just fed you yesterday.
Didn't I
And so
pack lunch for you that
I
this morning?
know, I know.
That
So
you
just
brought
come
home
home.
fully formed in the lunchbox?
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. And so it is like that rinse repeat of, man, they get home from school and every day we've got homework and we've got conversations to be had and we've got food to make and we've got rooms to clean
Hmm.
and I don't want to do that with like the leftovers, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that with like the dregs. And I know that there are definitely some days when they just get whatever scraps I
What's
have left over,
left?
but
Uh-huh.
that challenge is rough. And that's why on breaks, right? So we're on a full week of Thanksgiving break.
Nice.
I am a delight. Mommy is a
I think
delight
you're a delight
for,
right now
thank
because
you.
I'm
It's
getting you
because
on
it's
vacation.
weekend and I don't have to go to school next
Right.
week.
It's like in the summer, like that first Sunday of the summer, I'm like, I could go to the grocery store tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I don't
I
have to
know.
spend all day preparing dinner. I don't have to pack, like, yeah, summer Kristen and school time Kristen, two different Kristens.
I know. And you know, I think that the goal is for summer us
Mhm.
to do things so that school year us has like it a little bit easier. And so I'm trying to like do things so like Thanksgiving Becca will be like the hero when
Okay.
back to school Becca is the, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what do I need? That means that there's no rest on breaks though. That means
Right.
on
Of
breaks
course not.
you also have to be like what has to get done. So
And
old
doing all
me
the
and
fun
new
things and the holiday things
yes.
and clean the closet. And there's been dust on my floor for months that I've walked past. I'm like, I'll get there.
You get there. You'll get
Get
there.
there.
And then when you're back at school, me, you'll be like, old me did that. That was so nice of her. So I don't have to do that
let's
now.
let's hold on to that and remember that because the next 3 weeks aren't going to be that
I
pretty,
know
kids. So
exactly,
remember
exactly.
Thanksgiving, mommy? She was at her best.
She is peak mommy. Let's
She
just remember
is
those core memories.
doing it all, doing it all. And
That is so true.
you said something. Of course, now my 44-year-old brain has lost it. But yes, I agree. And I said to you too before we started recording that some days, I have a 17-minute commute, kind of no matter how you cut it, no matter what road I take. And sometimes I ride home in silence. Sometimes I'll talk to a friend. Or sometimes I'll listen to, Taylor, my best friend Taylor,
Okay.
she brings me up. Or, depending on the mood, it depends on what album I'm gonna listen to too.
That's
Or
true.
how am I feeling?
Some 90s, some 90s hip hop, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe some Life of a Showgirl, maybe I'm feeling Tortured Poets. I don't know. But or I'll listen to a podcast or something because I feel like 17 minutes goes by so quick, and then I have to go from Mrs. Weinrich to mommy. And
That's right.
but sometimes I'll say to my husband, like, today is not the day for me to do whatever, nonsense is happening at my house because I'm going to say something to my own child that's not going to be nice because I've had a day and I'm
I've
already like
had a day.
frazzled and, my nerves are frayed and whatever. But I try not to, and I try to turn on new mom and, but like I said to somebody kiddingly, like I've already been nice to children for 8 hours by the time I come home, and then my kids
Thank
come home and
you.
they're like just eat the dinner, just read the book, just whatever it is. And I'm like, that's not fair to them because
But that is real life though, isn't it? And that
it is.
is I mean, I am hoping that other moms that do other jobs are like, my kid also gets late afternoon, early evening mommy, and
Right.
she is also not the best version of
Right. We're
herself.
all kind of like tapped out. Well, I remember one last year or 2 years ago, it was Halloween and it was kind of that time between dinner and getting dressed and getting ready. And I was a little snippy with my family. I will agree, and my husband turned to me and he was like, do you want to stay home and hand out candy or do you want to come with us? And I said, no, like we are making memories. We are having family fun.
Core
But
memories.
I said, but you have to remember, I've already quote unquote been having Halloween fun for 8 hours. And so it's tough. It's tough to be with kids all day and then come home and have the capacity for your own children. I agree. But
Yeah, it is. It is. Work in progress.
hopefully they won't remember it when they're in their 20s. They'll be like, yeah, no, my mom did it all. And she was so happy the whole time. She was always smiling. Always,
They'll have a
always,
lot to
always.
talk to their therapist about either way.
All right.
It's totally fine.
So let's talk about our win and challenge. I always kind of like talking about this. Something, anything, big, small, professional, personal, whatever it is, that was your win for this week.
I mean, I'm glad that I had one to tell you because honestly, when you had sent me that question, I was like, what if I don't have anything that is
I have
that
nothing to
is win
say.
worthy? I was like, these kids better do something amazing this week.
That's right.
So I do have a teenage daughter and she likes to just be in her room and in her space and playing her guitar and being her feels. And this past week I was in my room and she just came in. I mean, this is unprecedented, ma'am. She just came in and plunked herself down
Oh my
on my
goodness.
bed for like a chat. And it was only a
Wow.
few minutes,
Okay.
but I mean, she left her cave and she came to socialize.
Emerged.
I thought she wanted something, that I was like,
Yeah.
what do you need?
Are you
What do you want?
buttering me up? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you need money? Like, what's happening? And she sure did just come to chat. And I was like, that is, I mean, I literally will lock that in my beautiful
And
memory
was it
bank.
like a problem or it was just like a how was your
No,
day? Like it was like
just
help me solve this or just like hi mom.
I mean, of course it is not because, teenagers are baby narcissists. That's fine.
Right, right.
So it will never be like, how was your day,
Of
mom?
course, no,
But
sorry, right.
it
Here,
was,
listen to my
here's
day.
how my day is. Yeah. Here's how my day
Fair
went.
enough.
That's fine. So I'm like, that's conversation. So we will take it
Great.
when we can get it.
Okay,
Yes.
that's your
Yeah.
win. I like
That
that.
was my
Maybe that'll
win.
maybe that'll lead to more
Oh,
pop-ins. You never
we
know.
hope so. We hope
Probably
so.
like
How
right when
about
you're about to turn the light out and go to sleep, she'll be like, "Mom," you're like, "Come on in, honey. Come on
I just can't wait to
in."
tell you all about my life. How
Um,
about your week? Did you have a good week?
I did. My win was happened yesterday, and again, I'm pretty strong on my like we don't do Christmas until after the Thanksgiving dishes are cleared, but we've been cheating a little bit this year. My husband said to the kids, he's like, "Why don't we listen to Christmas music just on the weekends, and then during the week we won't until next week?" And I'm like, "I love that." I'm like,
That's so cute.
it just makes us so happy, and I feel like we only have, speaking cryptically, maybe a year or two
Yeah.
left and I'm like let's
Mm,
just do all of it so
milk it.
we went to I took my children to see the Nutcracker yesterday. My husband is strongly against ballet performances. I don't know why. I'm like, did you have a girlfriend who made you go to ballet? I don't know what it is, but he's like, so I just told the kids, oh, daddy has other things to do. He was like, I just really don't want to go. I'm like, that's fine, so we went um to the Nutcracker, which again, my son is 8 and he's all about sports, sports, sports. And I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. And I made them get dressed, quote unquote, nicely. And
Mm.
we went and we sat and until the last 15 minutes, we really hung in there and had a nice time. And the last 15 minutes, we got a little squirrely. But I thought it was great. And I hadn't seen the Nutcracker in a lot of years. So I figured that might be the only time that Ollie ever goes to see the Nutcracker. But we did it. And then my husband met us for pizza after. So it was like a fun little sort of kickoff. Um, and a little culture. I was like, here's a little culture for you children. Here's a
Oh,
little
that sounds like a parenting win for sure. That's
right. It's
amazing.
like, I mean, the Cheetos helped them through the second half. And okay, they were starting to move. I was like, oh, I got Cheetos in my bag. You want Cheetos? That kept us calm for a couple of minutes, but it was a really beautiful performance at a local high school. And so it was low key, but it was fun. So a
Very sweet.
little
Very
holiday,
sweet.
holiday magic and the challenge. I bet you never have trouble coming up with that. I feel like
No,
we can always come up
that list, I mean, how many pages do you want? And
right.
I think
Only one?
I would
Can you only tell
I
me
would
one?
love to meet a teacher who's like, what? No, what do you mean? Everything is
It was
a
great.
delight. Yeah, I mean, literally walk in at observations. Oh my gosh, and these babies are, I think, I feel like my kids are coming off of they're still like post Halloween, like we're
Yeah.
still eating candy for breakfast,
It's like
right?
that trifecta, Halloween,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, winter.
Yes.
It's
I did
just
a
a
beautiful,
January
yeah, I did a
5th
video
is when
about
we
that.
kind
It's
of
like,
get back into it.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so this is just, we're in the Bermuda Triangle. And so nothing, we took everything Thanksgiving down. We did Thanksgiving week, but part of that was testing. Like we had talked about earlier, that my
Yeah.
kids are testing this week. That's wild. These
Crazy.
kids are, they're trying to be excited about their Thanksgiving break and their plans. And we had Great American Teach-In this week. So this is
Wow.
just one of those wild weeks where you're like, I don't know if, did anyone learn anything this week? Do you know what I mean?
No, but they had a lot
Did
of
we
fun.
they did have so much fun. And
So
so I hope that that counts for something. I hope
I
that
think
that
it
counts for
does.
some real life learning. Yes. Because there was not a lot of math that happened this week, but we
Okay.
made it. We made it through. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And mine, it kind of goes along with that too. I was telling you that we have 2 half days this week, and then in the afternoon we have conferences. And I actually really like conferences. I love getting to know my students' parents and chatting with them. And it's funny because now I feel like we're all kind of the same age. I went to high school with a lot of because I teach in the same school district that I graduated from. So now I'm like
Yes.
teaching the kids of a lot of people. I don't mind conferences. That doesn't, quote unquote upset me or whatever. But it's a lot. Like I feel like I work Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday I have off, and I feel like the next 48 hours, my own children don't have school, so my husband's taking off for that. Like we're getting our car fixed tomorrow, so he's driving me to school. I'm running a dinner at my own children's elementary school. Like I feel like the next 48 hours to get to the vacation, I'm like, we'll get there and it'll be great, but like like moment by moment by moment, I'm like, I have to do this and we have to do that, and do I have enough gift cards for the teachers? And so it's just a lot, but the break will be well deserved and well appreciated. So
I know that your listeners cannot see this. My eyes are huge. I think I forget that not everyone has the whole week off. I'm
yeah.
literally like, what do you mean you have to go back to school tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? How could you possibly be functioning and doing anything in the run up? And I feel like I've heard from some of my Instagram community that they teach all the way up. They have kids all the way up till Wednesday, and they just
Oh,
have off Thursday and Friday.
that's tough.
That's tough.
It's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
To me, that's like you're working up till Christmas Eve. I
Uh,
mean, these kids are,
which we are
yeah.
this year because I think the 23rd is like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So we are working till the 23rd this year. But then we have like 12
No.
days off after, which is actually kind of great. So,
That is
yeah.
wild. It is so wild.
Yeah.
It's always like really cool to talk to well, in this case, not cool, but to talk to other teachers about
Yep.
what I just assume everyone has off the whole 2 weeks and they're off
Oh,
like,
do you?
however
Yeah,
many
no,
days.
we go right up to the 20. I think it's the 23rd. It's like however it works out in the week, but this is like whenever I think Christmas is on a Thursday this year, and like wherever it falls, you're like, "Ooh, this is a long one," because then we won't go back till like January 5th, that Monday. So it's
Right.
kind of back ended, but right, you like work and then you wake up and you're like, "Oh, it's Christmas Eve. Great, everything's
Oh
ready.
my
Everything's fine.
gosh.
I'm ready. Ready."
Listen, oh my gosh, I just
So,
feel like oh yeah, sending huge love to, we are always out the Friday before the week of Christmas. So unless
oh, that's
Christmas was
nice.
on a Monday, because if it was on a Saturday, we'd have off the whole week before Christmas,
Oh,
and then we'd have
wow.
Christmas, we'd go back right after New
Okay.
Year's Eve. So it
Okay.
just depends on where it falls. But yeah, I can't, oh my gosh.
Though at the same time, I'm kind of like, it keeps my own personal children occupied. Like, because I think
True.
last year there were like 4 or 5 days before Christmas, and my husband and I were like, what are we going to do with them? Like that, again, that full of Christmas spirit energy, I can only entertain for so long. And it's usually cold here. So I can't be like, go run laps in the backyard, And we are like, let's go to the train like display. Let's go here. Let's go here. And I was like, dear God, can Christmas just come? Because we got to like
That
get
is
this
so,
energy out. So sorry to
yes.
their teachers, but like it at least gives us something to do up until the 24th. And then we can just explode Christmas. So it'll be great.
Amazing. Oh, that's amazing. I have never really thought about it in that capacity. That makes so much sense. My
Right.
kids are out, they're still swimming in a pool up
Right.
until
They can
Chris.
still get it. They can still get all the
Yeah,
energy out. Yeah.
exactly.
We're kind of just
Yeah.
hanging
Oh,
out here in the
a little
cold.
bit more indoors.
And this brings us beautifully right to our conversation of how to create the Christmas magic or holiday magic if you don't celebrate Christmas and you're celebrating something else, without losing your mind. Shall I say it that way? Without
Yes.
losing your mind, moms. Because I think we all want that magic that we probably had as kids and we want for our own children. But Goodness, it's like people call Maysember. Have you heard that? Because there are so
Oh
many
yeah.
things going on. I'm like, right, here's the actual, the December it's
Yep.
just all the things happening.
Chock full.
So you said that you celebrate Christmas, and you have a little more free reign. Where up here we read a Kwanzaa, a Hanukkah, and a Christmas book, and we kind of tend toward more of winter holidays because we, have a fair amount of population that does not celebrate just Christmas. So we can go all in on like snowmen and snow, but we're not like all Christmas all the time. But you said you kind of can be. So talk to me about that. What do you like to do with your kids?
Yeah. So, and in school, and like we had kind of talked about before, so I just teach math. So because we're not really bringing like literature and we're able to absolutely respect everybody's cultures and bring all of
Right.
that in, we incorporate all of the things and it can really be in math, right? We can celebrate every single holiday and
Right.
enjoy all of it together. But some of the titles of things that we use do have the word Christmas in them, but I
Okay.
mean, they're kind of just Christmas generic. It just
Got it.
works. It's cuter to have Christmas
It's a
in there because it
gingerbread
works
man.
better.
It's fine. Yeah.
Thank you. Exactly. So we do something called Married Kiss Math. So I have the
Cute.
kids send in like Hershey kisses of all kinds, and we build advent calendars and do a lot of
Oh,
math with that.
fun.
They always have a Chris math tree ornament. So I have a big tree that I put up in my room, and everyone has a math themed ornament, and we have a competition. But the kind of big thing is I think we just are really into, just kind of the like cozy vibe because
Right.
it's boiling hot outside.
Right.
And so
Turn
we
up
are
the air
cranking.
conditioner in the
We
classroom.
do. Yes. I mean,
Put on
because it
that
is
like
a
you
hot
put on that YouTube fireplace
YouTube.
crackling. I do that on my
That's
smart board. I'm
exactly
like,
what we
oh,
do.
Christmas
That's
on my
exactly right. I'm like, it is
fireplace.
going to feel Christmassy in here, you guys. It is going to
Yeah.
feel wintry.
Darn it.
We put on the little North Pole cam, the Santa cam.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and it just everything has a little bit more of a winter holiday theme. So all my word problems, I'll just like switch around. All my projects are kind of holiday themed.
Fun.
So we get in it. We're in for, we're off this week and then we go back. We have 3 full weeks.
Yeah.
And so from the literal time that we come back for that full 3 weeks, it is
Just
just
all.
winter fun. Yeah, it is
I mean, I
just we're
feel
just gonna
like
have a good time.
if you can't beat them, join them. Like you just
Yeah.
have to embrace
Yes.
it. Like it truly, like, I can block a lot out as a teacher of 23 years. Like I can, the kids will be inside for indoor recess and somebody will come in to talk to me and they're like, isn't this disturbing you or distracting to you? I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, the 30 kids playing board games. I'm like, oh, I don't hear them. I'm listening
Mm-mm.
completely to what do you mean?
Focus.
So I feel
Yeah.
like you just kind of have to go into it and know, like, this is what it's going to be. And we just embrace it and
That's it. Embrace the chaos.
yeah,
And then
embrace the
you need a
chaos.
full detox after New Year's,
Yes,
obviously. Then after
agree.
that,
Well,
I don't want to
because
see a single holiday.
no, oh, December 27th, take it down and put it away. I'm not
Oh,
interested.
same.
Like I
Yep.
love it, and then I'm like, "Bleh, it
Hmm.
looks tired, it looks old, it looks dirty. Take it down. I'm like taking
We like
ornaments
we've
off
been
the tree while the
celebrating
kids are
for
opening
2 months.
presents.
Oh my gosh, same, Kristen, same. I'm literally like, here's a trash bag. We are immediately purging
Throw it
everything in this
away.
house.
On the
Hmm.
26th, put all these new toys up in your room. I don't
Oh,
want to see them anymore. Yeah, I'm like all
absolutely.
in, and then I'm out. I
And
am
then I'm done.
out. Yeah,
Tapped out. And then don't talk to me until Valentine's Day. I'm not trying to have a conversation about
no,
anything. No one's getting anything. We're
no.
not eating any crazy. We're all on
We're
vegetables.
having lettuce and tomatoes, and
Correct.
yes. And it's funny because it's a good thing that we need that detox because January lasts for 18 years. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. The January 62nd is like the
it's
longest day of the year. And
my son's birthday is January 12th, and when we get
bless.
there, which yeah, good planning on my part, people are like on Christmas Day, what does he want for his birthday? I'm like, the child needs nothing. But his birthday is in 2.5 weeks. But
Sure.
like it's January 12th, and then I'll look at the calendar. I'm like, there is almost a full 3 weeks of this month left, and I feel like his birthday is in the middle of the month. Yeah, it's woo, forever. Um,
That was
so
not
what
planned well by whoever,
uh,
made all it. January should be 12 days, period.
yes,
And that's it.
yes. And then let's just move to February and then let's make March the long one because February feels long as well. Let's make March
That's
like
true.
52 days. Let's do that because then it's spring. We can
Done. Exactly. We've all come out of
turn the clocks
our little hibernate.
back, put the warm weather in. I like this. I
Put
like
them,
this.
put the moms in charge. We've got this.
Exactly. Um, and what does holiday magic mean to you personally? What would you say about holiday magic?
It's so interesting. We were talking about this a little earlier that it's a different dynamic when your kids are young
Yeah.
and when they get a little bit older, right?
Mhm.
So mine are 11 and 13. So I've got two middle schoolers and the demands kind of get bigger, right?
Mhm.
The sparkle, can get a little less sparkly as
Hmm.
they get older. And so I think the magical part is being really intentional. I've thought about this a lot because, as they grow up, you're like, here's all the things I feel like we should do for
Right.
this to be a fun Christmas, right?
Right.
We're going to go to blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And as they've gotten older, I'm like, my daughter doesn't love being in big crowds, for example.
Okay.
So I was just dragging them to, we live near Busch Gardens, like, well, let's go to Christmas Town because it's
Right.
magical.
Right.
And she's like, Mom, I literally hate it here. Like, I hate rides.
Yeah.
I want to be around all
Oh.
these people. So for her, Christmas magic is like we're just in the car and
Okay.
we're driving around looking at lights
Looking
and
at
we
the
have hot
lights.
cocoa in the car. And
Okay.
so it's just being a lot more intentional about what kind of little humans they are now and what they want to do and how they like to celebrate and kind of taking that in instead of just this like perceived magic.
We
Like
have
we're
to
going to
do
watch
this.
every movie that I watched growing up and it's going to
Right.
be so fun and we're going to decorate cookies. And one of the things that has been, and I think we'll talk about this a little later,
Yeah.
like some fails, just get rid of the things that don't work, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I've had to just be like, let's just modify. So everyone's actually having a good time and
No
it
more Busch
feels
Gardens.
no more Busch
Cross
Gardens.
it
I
off.
know.
And
That's
that
it.
kind of
So
makes it easier for you. You're like, okay, take that
that's
one
so
off the list.
true.
Oh, bummer.
That's
There it
so
goes.
true.
Yeah.
So we have stuck with the things that work. Like we're decorating after we're done today. They like decorating early.
Love
They
it.
like Christmas music on. So we create magic as it feels, like as it feels sparkly for an 11 and 13-year-old. And that's just
Right.
different than when they were little.
And they're old enough to now be able to articulate to you, like, I never knew why I didn't really like this. And now I know I don't like
Yes.
crowds. I don't like this. So let's just cut it. Like, and
Yeah.
that's great that they can tell you
That's
that.
it. You got it. Exactly.
And I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's always been this like feeling, and I would start to feel it in like the middle of October. I would just call it like the Christmas feeling. Like you would just start to have like memories from your childhood. And I feel like to me, Christmas magic is kind of like the whole thing, the smells, the music, the decorations, and that feeling that I had from
Mm,
childhood. That I think, again, speaking cryptically, once things change in your childhood and you realize some things or you learn some things, I feel like you can never capture it completely again. But I think being able to create it for my own children has brought a little bit of it back. And I want for them what I had. So we listen to like the old Christmas songs that my grandparents, like Bing Crosby and,
hmm.
Nat King Cole, along with the new stuff, the Biebs singing his
The
at Merry Christmas.
Beebs.
I just heard the Biebs singing Shorty with You this morning.
That's right.
And, but
Ariana.
yeah, right. All of the things, Kelly Clarkson. But I like incorporating the things that I did to, because I guess that's the only Christmas magic I know. So I'm creating that for my children along with other, new traditions that we have. And speaking of traditions, what is your favorite from your childhood?
Oh, this is so special. I'm really lucky to still have both my parents and my dad. I mean, so I'm 45
Okay.
and my dad has been reading me and my sister the night before Christmas, snuggled up right on the
Oh,
couch. We've got pictures from every year in this old, old, old pop-up book.
I love
Um,
that.
where it's just like all the, I don't even know if pop-up books are still a thing. They're just so
Yeah.
like sweet and dreamy.
Yeah. Do they move?
And
They
my
have like the arrows that move up and
Yes,
down and they like,
they do. And
yeah.
they've got little thing and he like pops up the chimney. And it's just this sweet, sweet, sweet old book. And when I had kids first, and then when my kids were born, my dad started reading it to my kids. And now even
Oh,
with my 11 and 13-year-old, every Christmas Eve, they are still all of us snuggled up on the couch. And my dad is still reading the book to them, the same
oh,
book he
that's
read.
so
And
special.
for me, that's so dreamy. And I don't know, how many more years we even have of everybody being together in the same place before my
Right.
kids are older and go to college and things like that. But
Right.
I want his great great grandbabies to be there, and he's reading them the night before Christmas.
Do you
So
take
yeah,
pictures? I feel like you should take a
we
picture every
do,
year.
we
That's
do. We've got
awesome.
one every year, and then on Christmas Eve we hang our stockings
Okay.
up on Christmas Eve. We kind of just do like a little parts of the book, and so that's just like our favorite for sure.
That's great. And do they live near you? Like, do you get to go and spend Christmas can you spend the whole holiday with them if you want to?
So this is such a dream. I live maybe maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes away from them, but I'm actually
Right.
building on their property. And my kids and I are moving into a tiny house.
Oh, wow. But right
Yeah.
there. Wait,
So
like the tiny house from like
yes, like the
HGTV?
tiny house from
No
HGTV.
way.
Yes.
400 square feet.
It's going to be 899. So it's
Okay.
like a big tiny house,
A
but
big tiny house. Oh my
yes, but
gosh.
it's still a tiny house. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're in the permitting process right now. So we are going to be on their property next Christmas. So this will be the last Christmas that
Wow.
we're even down the road. We'll like be
You'll be
they
right
just have
there.
yeah, acres of land. It's so beautiful and so dreamy. And so
You
we're
should
like
do
really
like an
excited.
underground tunnel. You can just like
Oh
walk
my
underneath because, or like a land bridge or so. I don't
God. A
know, just to
land
make it
bridge.
more fun rather than just walking
Yeah.
across the grass,
Like
like going
Narnia,
uphill.
exactly.
That is
Oh, it's
so
so sweet.
cool.
Yeah, so we're very,
Wonderful.
very lucky. My kids have their grandparents close
Yeah.
by.
My parents are both alive and my husband's dad lives in Fort Myers. He's in a retirement home. So we have not seen him in person. My husband has gone to Florida to see him, but we have not seen him in 5 or 6 years, and we keep hoping to be able to go down and visit. But yeah, that we FaceTime him, like he knows everything about them. So they're lucky they have three living grandparents, which is always nice. And my
It's
parents,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, it is. And it's really a gift. And my parents always come over on Christmas morning, kind of as the kids are finishing opening their presents. And that's special too. And then we have breakfast
Mm,
together. And I think my parents give my children more presents than like Santa does. And I'm like, can we
oh,
not? They're very
absolutely. I think
generous. Like, again, they need
they want the glory.
nothing. They need nothing. Well, I was thinking of this funny story where like we would do, it seems like, I mean, in my 10-year-old mind that like every night we would do something different. Like one night we would take the Christmas decorations down out of the attic and like just taking them out was plenty because we had boxes and boxes of them. And I remember sitting in school and being excited about that. Like tonight's the decorations. And then the next night we would decorate and then we would get the Christmas tree. And another night we would decorate the Christmas tree. And then another night we would make cookies or on the weekend or whatever. But then I remember this year where I guess I was in seventh grade or whatever. And I was like way too cool for Christmas decorating anymore. And my mom's like, pick up an ornament and put it on the tree. And I'm like, oh, mom. And you know what I mean? She'd be like, get it? And but I am not decorating this by myself. And it's just funny how you go from like, it's all magical and sparkles and like, you can't wait for third grade to be over that day so you can go home to like, do we have to do this? I'm like, stop it, 13-year-old me. What a brat. And I
I
just remember my
know.
mom was like, get it and put it on the branch right now. And I was like,
And
oh,
tomorrow, because I'm going to take a picture. This is going to be a
we
memory.
are having
We
fun.
are having fun.
Yeah, we are having a good time. And I'm like, oh, I'll be so sad when my kids get there because right now they're in that like, can we get a tree? And actually, this is a funny story. We got our kitchen redone 2 years ago, and our house is not big. It's very cozy, not quite tiny house, but maybe like two times
Jason.
the size of a tiny house. But when the kitchen was getting redone, we like moved everything, the dining room table and everything, into our living room. We had like our pretend kitchen set up in there. There was no room to move, and then my son said, and it was started right before Halloween and finished literally like December 23rd. And then, on December 1st, my son was like, "Are we going to get a Christmas tree?" And I stupidly made the choice of being like, because I was overwhelmed and like harassed by like
Oh,
my
yeah.
whole life being smushed. And I go, I don't know, Ollie, we're gonna have to see, just kind of offhanded. And that night he like got into bed. My husband was putting him to bed and he's crying, these like crocodile tears. Mommy said, we're not gonna get a Christmas tree. And my husband came into our room and he's like, I don't care what happens. We are getting a Christmas tree. So for a week or two, I like sat at our dining room table with a Christmas tree branch, like poking my back while I was eating my dinner. But darn it, we had a Christmas tree and he was very happy. And I was like, oh, like I was thinking like a tabletop. My husband's like, nope, we're
We're
getting the
getting a
regular
full
one.
tree.
We're taking the lights out. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, but we couldn't
But
not
we do
have
for our
a
kids.
dad there.
Exactly.
I was like, yes, there's no space in this room. Let's add a tree. Let's add a
What
full-grown
could be better?
tree. Great idea. But it meant a lot to them. So, part of the Christmas magic.
That's
Um,
right. We love it.
and I have always lived in Pennsylvania for my whole entire life. So we've always had, if not white Christmases, chilly Christmases. So I've never, on my honeymoon, my husband and I were actually in San Diego on Christmas Day. That was the only day that I have not been in Pennsylvania on Christmas. So you've always lived in Florida? You've always had warm Christmases, or have you ever
I
had a
have,
cold one?
I have not. I am a military brat, as we call them. So a
Oh,
military kid, and my
okay.
dad was in the Coast Guard, and so we actually lived all around
Okay.
until I've lived back in Florida since 2008,
Okay.
but I lived in the islands. I lived in Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
I've lived in Virginia
You're
and
so
Missouri,
interesting.
Alaska.
You
So
lived in
Alaska,
Alaska?
I did. I lived in Anchorage, Alaska when I was in middle school.
So
So we
there's
had
Christmas for you.
there's Christmas. And we had some chilly Christmases like in Missouri and in
Okay.
Virginia. And
Okay.
then I moved to London after college and
Wow.
had some chilly Christmases there. But
Okay.
in my children's lives,
Yeah.
they have only had hot Christmases. And I think we talked about this before, but I will fully admit when my children were little, they were heat stroking it out. I'm like, you are going to wear a wool Christmas sweater
Darn
and
it.
a Christmas
Put it
dress
on.
and go to
Uh-huh.
the church, and you are going to immediately have to rip it off when you get home because
But you
you
will
have a
wear it.
hundred. You will wear it and look precious.
Which is funny because I feel like girls' Christmas dresses are always sleeveless, and I don't understand that. Like, have you know, like how the cute little, I'm like, why are they sleeveless? They're for the Florida girls. The Pennsylvania girls need long sleeves. Like, you always have to
You
wear
need
like a sweater
cardigan.
over it. So I'm like,
That's
what is
right.
that?
I know. Or
Yes.
if they're, I guess if they're like a sweat, like, so my daughter always wore sweater dresses and stuff when she was little
Yeah,
because, it gets cold here. I'm going to put cold in air quotes because I feel like I'm embarrassing myself.
like 50.
Yeah, it requires a light jacket for a few weeks. And so that is when everyone wears their winter hats and boots and feels
Yes.
very dramatic
And
about
their
the
scarves and
cold.
their pumpkin spice latte so that
Yeah.
they
Oh
can
my
feel like
gosh.
they really belong.
We are in a Hallmark movie and we are not trying to embrace this like tropical Jimmy Buffett, Florida up in here. We
Right.
are all
No,
trying to
we are.
pretend like we are in Pennsylvania.
It is
Yes.
cold. It is, there's maybe some magical snow falling from the sky like they would on a Hallmark movie. Yeah,
I mean, yes.
gotcha.
So it is embarrassing. We all pretend like we don't live here, and then we can't even go out and play necessarily on Christmas Day outside without sunscreen because we will still
Wild.
get a sunburn. Yeah,
That's really funny. That's and
I
like, you
know.
don't often think about that, like because the stereotypical Christmas is snowy, and then you're like, there are so
Hmm.
many people in the country in the world who don't celebrate a cold Christmas, but we took ownership of that up here. Yes, it's cold and snowy on Christmas. We don't care what the
And
rest of you live.
the rest of us are all like, can we move to Georgia? Can we all come to North Carolina for Christmas? We're all
Right?
like embarrassed to be here. And can we just get out of here for 2 days and
Can it
enjoy
dip
our,
below 55? That would be great. Make it
I mean,
chilly.
something. Yeah, something so we don't have to all eat indoors on Christmas Day because
Right.
it's too hot
You
outside.
could have you could be like outside at a picnic table and we're inside in front of a roaring fire. So,
Oh, oh, don't rub it in my face. Of course, that sounds so dreamy, roaring
we
fire.
actually don't have a fireplace, and so Santa comes in our house with a magic key. He comes in the front door, so there is no roaring fire, just the YouTube crackling
Just
fireplace in my house. Like it's fine. We hang our
it
stockings
works.
on the railing. It all works out. It's good. It's good. And yeah, it's okay.
We do what we gotta do.
And what are some traditions? I think we did touch on this a little bit, but what are some traditions that, you keep because they bring joy? And you were saying Busch Gardens did not bring joy. And what are the ones that you let go? Other than Busch Gardens, do you have any others that you have kept or have let go?
Yes. So I am wondering, I'll be interested to hear what you think about this, but
Yeah.
for every year, as long as I can remember, since I've had kids, I'm like, we are going to do the following 98 traditions, right?
Yes. We did it
Mommy
once, so
is
we're doing it forever and
obviously,
all of time. Yes.
I'm gonna wrap every Christmas book into a beautiful advent calendar, one per day, and we're gonna read one Christmas book every day.
Oh, you're good. I
Which,
haven't done that. That's good.
oh, well, it always resulted in me just like screaming at them at bedtime, like, this Christmas book, go get it. So it was just always, so that went out the window, several years ago.
Okay.
Why is mommy staying up to wrap these books? And then you
And
just have
now
a
you have like
pile at the end.
400 Christmas books too, so you
Yeah,
don't really need any more.
exactly. And then I'm like, we don't have time to read. We start reading Christmas books in like July because we just like can't get through all the books.
Gotta, right.
So that
Can't
was
do it in
that was it.
25 days.
Exactly. That was out. And the other thing that left pretty quickly is I was like, we're gonna decorate gingerbread houses. Now I have a
Oh,
very strong feeling about gingerbread houses, and I
okay.
think they started to get a little smarter about making the house like prefabbed, but
Mm-hmm.
trying to get small children to stick the sides and roof of a house
Yes.
together,
Yes.
it is the devil's work. And I don't know who thought it was like a cool idea. They
Right.
never stick together. Everyone is
Right.
like screaming. Your roof is like
Yes.
sliding off the house.
Yes. The royal
Nothing is
icing has not
sticking.
stuck yet.
Oh, nothing. You've got like my kids said we're like architect, engineer, like rubber banding everything together. I mean, no one is having fun. everyone
You're
is miserable
sweating.
and yeah, we're sweating. Maybe that's why, maybe it's melted.
Right.
And I'm like, let's do it again next year. We
Yeah,
should just do
let's.
this again.
This is going to work
Let's
out better next time
better.
in a year.
Let's
Hmm.
spend $30 a person to do. And so a few
What's
years ago, I
insanity?
was
Doing
like,
something over and over again and expecting a
it,
different outturn.
it,
Yeah, turnout.
exactly. I was like, we're on year 10. I think we can all agree no one loves this.
Yes.
So we are done. So now we just make cookies like normal people and just
Great.
and that goes back to like, guys, what do you want to do? Does
Yeah.
anyone even want to bake?
You want
No,
slice and
no one
bake? Good
wants to.
enough.
Cool. Yes. Like,
Snowman
do you
head.
want to just go get them at our grocery store?
Right.
Fine. We are not forcing any traditions down anyone's throat.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the big lessons is just if it doesn't serve us, it goes. If everybody's still happy to do it, it stays. And so decorating, Thanksgiving week, that's a big one. If
Okay.
the kids are into decorating, right now they're very into their friends. So that's
Right.
like a really, that's a really big thing. So as long as friends are involved, they're
Oh,
happy
okay.
to
Then
be
to
there
be
and do
part of it.
things. Yeah, yes,
Okay.
exactly. And the biggest thing that I have kept up, and the one tradition that I'm really proud of, actually, that somebody somebody introduced it to me like right when my daughter was born or as soon as she was born. She's a summer baby, and so we were like
Okay.
her first Christmas.
Yeah.
So every year I buy an ornament for
Oh,
my kids,
yeah.
depending on what they've been into that year.
Love that.
Soccer, volleyball, Thomas the Tank Engine, whatever. And then I write
Right.
the date on the bottom, and then I
Okay.
write them a letter to go
Oh,
along with the year.
you're
And so
good.
they have an ornament box. And so when they leave, whenever that is, they'll
Yeah.
have 18, 20, however many ornaments.
Yeah.
Sometimes I buy more than one, just depends.
Depends on the
And they've got,
interests that year.
depends on the
Many
interest.
interests.
Sometimes it was six ornaments because we've just been
Right.
into a lot of different
So many
things.
things.
Yep. And so they do. They both have ornament boxes and they have their own trees in their room that they decorate their ornaments with. And that's been something really easy to sustain.
Okay.
And like a little like love letter from me to them for their lives and a really sweet way to look
Wow.
back at their childhood. And so
And do they read that? I love that. I'm 9 years past that, so too bad for me. But
never too late to start. Just start
start
going
it now.
backwards. Think about what they
The
liked.
I meant to write my son a letter when he finished kindergarten. He's in third grade now, so I'll get there.
Backdate
Um,
it. Backdate it.
yeah, I'll be like, I remember. Do they, I'm assuming, don't read the letter then. They'll read it. You'll give them like 18 letters at once. Oh,
Correct. Yeah.
please give them like 2 boxes of tissues too. What a special thing.
Well, see, we think so, don't we? And who knows? Because that's like expectations versus reality. So both
Yeah.
of us are thinking, oh my God, aren't isn't Becca precious?
Right.
And what will happen is I will give them the box and I will like want to stare at them while they're like opening their letters.
Like, this is so
And
weird, Mom.
oh
Yeah, it's
mom,
so
it's so
weird.
weird.
I gotta
It's so
go.
cringy. Order this. Yeah,
I
so
do
I
a
just do it while I'm not around. I'll
that
make up my own
well,
narrative if
yeah,
that
that
happens.
that's heavy. I like that though. I mean, I do a thing at the end of fourth grade because the kids are moving to middle school where I have the kids write letters to themselves and I invite their parents to write letters to them. And then when they're seniors in high school, there's another friend of mine who teaches second grade and we invite our classes back who are graduating that year and we give them the letters and we give them letters from the parents. And some parents, like I send them an email, I tell them on curriculum night, I'm like, prepare yourselves. This email is coming. You might want to start now because it takes people a long time. And they'll email me and be like, I cried 5 times before I could write them a letter. I'm like, I get that. But people will say to me, oh, like I'll write it this summer. Oh, I didn't get a chance to, which I totally understand. But I do say it not to be morbid. I'm like, I just want you to understand that in the 15 or whatever years that I've been doing this, several children who I taught have lost their parents. And
Mm,
they come back to this reunion, not necessarily realizing that they're getting a letter from their mother from when they were in fourth grade. They're just, you know what I mean? And the moms are, and the parents are usually like, I'm going to write it tonight and email it to you today. And I'm like, or, tomorrow. And I'm
yeah,
like, that's
yeah,
not why
yeah.
I'm saying it. I'm just saying like, and those kids, I'll hand it to them and I'm like, you're going to want to read this at home. And they're like,
Privately,
okay.
yeah.
And actually I tell
Oh,
most of the kids, I'm like, take the letter, all of the kids, no matter if their parents are living or not, take the letter from your parents home and read that because that's gonna be like, but they like to read the letters that they wrote to themselves, which is funny. But
oh,
it like and I always think that like I should be writing letters to my children because you just never know. But yeah, good for you. You've got a whole stash, so you're
gosh
ahead of the
almighty.
curve. Yeah, that's
That
beautiful.
and yeah, yeah. Well, I feel like you said, it's hard when you like see something that you're like, oh, that's an amazing tradition. You're like, ah, my kids are we're like too
Right.
late.
I'm like halfway through, he'll be going to college in another 9 years.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. But I'm like, I mean, I think like hearing that it's like never too late to start like writing them letters, is it? And just like, yeah, stacking things for them, or here's something really cool you did this year. I don't
Right.
know if your kids do. My kids are not, they're not big readers, and they're not like book readers, and they're not big journalers.
Yeah,
Um, so I wonder, although now they've got everything captured on digital and,
exactly.
whatever, but yeah, just being able to look back and be like, this is what kind of kid you were. Like, do you, I
Right.
want you to remember this about
Remember?
yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in typical, like when my mom hands me like my brownie Girl Scout uniform, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? We'll
Yes.
hand our children the like Amazon cloud and they'll be like, there are
Yeah.
35,000 pictures in here. What? And I'll be like, this is your childhood.
This
I don't understand why you don't want this. Just like I don't want like the ceramic figures I made when I was 8, but bless
Oh,
my mother, she
so
kept them for
true.
me. So
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, you're right. Don't even bother. Don't,
yeah. No, but I like it.
don't ever
A
read it.
couple letters, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. And I think, like you said, like I'm one of those people. If we do something once and everybody likes it, we are doing it until the end of time. So
Correct.
but the one thing we do a lot of like outdoors, shockingly in Pennsylvania, we have a lot of outdoor lights
Oh,
and
fun.
amusement parks and stuff. So we'll go like bundle up and go for a walk through there's an amusement park and they have a million lights and then you can ride the rides, or there's a place called Longwood Gardens and we go there, or another park near here. So that's kind of fun. And my husband and I kind of try to plan in advance, like this time of year, like what weekend are we doing what to make sure that we
Yeah.
can kind of hit it. Because again, my kids are still into it right now. I'm sure in a couple of years they'll be like, do we have to go there? It's so dumb, whatever. But
Yes, guys. Yes.
no, you will make us do this every year. But the one thing, unpopular opinion, that I don't do, well, that has never arrived at our house is the elf on the shelf. He has just never shown up at our house. And we usually field one or two questions about that. And I just say, yeah, I don't know. He comes to some houses and he doesn't come to others, and he just doesn't come to ours. But, we do all these other great things. So. Yeah, I just knew that
I applaud that.
that my elf would not have been able to keep up with moving himself every night. And I just, I
Your elf
guess,
he's tired, so he is
yeah,
hibernating. Yep.
yeah.
I
My
get
elf
that.
is not a details person. My elf is a big picture person. So he
Macro.
probably would have forgotten to move each night, and that would have been disappointing. So the year that Ollie was born, I guess he just knew it wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth
Nah,
flying in.
listen,
So
sometimes the tooth fairy is like that in our house also, our husband over the years. And I'm like, you know what?
she's busy.
She's tired.
She's
She's
busy.
busy.
Yeah,
Yep,
got a
she's
lot.
busy. Here,
She'll be back maybe tomorrow.
maybe. Or not. Here's a couple dollars. Okay, we're good. We're
We're
square.
right, okay. Everybody will be fine. It's okay. If you don't have an
It's okay.
elf, it's okay. And the other thing that we do that before we had kids, we would go to the houses to my husband's family's house because we're lucky. His family is about a half an hour away and mine is 4 miles away.
Mm,
And then and my parents, like my mother always said, like a holiday is just a day. Like you don't feel any pressure. She's like, we would want to see you that week or sometime. She's like, but it's just a day. Like you do you and go, which I'm like, thank goodness there was never any like, and you will be here for Christmas dinner. You know what I mean? She was like,
yes.
but once we had Ollie, I was like, anyone is welcome to our house, but on Christmas we stay in our pajamas, we open presents, we have brunch. Like I usually make quiche and cinnamon buns, and then we buy like really bad snacks at the grocery store, and we eat like preheated TGIF mozzarella sticks or TG like Fridays and like Doritos. And I'm like, this is just what it is because you're so stuffed from the whole, cheese and crackers and veggies and whatever. And we watch TV and the kids play with their toys. And well, when I say watch TV, I'm like, a mom's gonna watch a Hallmark movie like all afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
you can play with your toys. And then, at like 3 o'clock, your kids look at you and they're like, so what should I do now? And I'm like, that room full of plastic that
New.
Santa brought you,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. But
Today and tomorrow and the
right,
rest of
like,
this break.
and that this is the winter break. But that's kind of been our like, we don't go anywhere that day, and I really look forward to that.
Mm,
So that's
that's
my
dreamy. I
yes,
love
it
that.
is. It definitely is.
Sounds very peaceful.
It does. And I feel like I could talk to you forever, but I want to like move this along a little because not everybody's involved in our little online friendship here that we're
Rude.
having such a great time. They're probably
Rude.
jealous, so I don't want them to have to listen to us for like 3 hours. Let me see. I like this one. We talked about a lot of traditions, but what is one sort of surprising small tradition that brings you a lot of joy?
Ooh, um, So and this has nothing to do with my kids. This is just like
Okay.
for kind of me myself. But um, when I travel, so because I love traveling so much, one of the things that I love is when I put up my tree, I
Okay.
get an ornament. That's like
Oh,
the souvenir that I get when I go
yes.
traveling. And so it's really like a sweet delight to like put my tree together and kind of like just remember all the places that I've been and some that I've taken my kids on and some that I've
Yeah.
been to by myself. And so I
You have
love
a
that. And
tree
I love,
dedicated just to that, or
I
does it
don't,
go
I
with
just
everything
have
else?
one big tree, but it's just all of the ones kind of tucked in there. And so and I don't know how your tree is, but my tree is like, it's kind of like if ADHD was like a tree, it's just like every hodgepodge, you know what I mean? There's like no beauty to it. It's
Just put it on.
just a conglomerate. It's
That's
just
hard.
like a
Yeah,
full
there's no
conglomerate. Yeah.
I'm not a particular person. My
No,
husband
no
is
color
more
scheme.
particular than me. I'm like, put it on, get it up, let's go. And yeah, so
Yeah.
we're kind of, and the
Yes.
kids rearrange it all month long. I'm like,
Yes.
whatever. That's the beauty of it. It's lights and
Yeah.
color, and yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
if
So
ADHD were a
yeah, I just
tree.
love seeing all of those things. And like, because all the kids are helping, that's what I want it to look like. I don't want it to be precious. I just want it to be
Right.
like, like a scrapbook.
Like real, like my
Yeah.
house. Like my house is very real. Walk in, you'll trip over
Yes.
something, you'll see the pile of shoes. It's like it's that. See, you're saying it's like ADHD. I'm like, it's my house on a tree.
It's
Like,
ADHD with house.
see
Exactly.
what you can find, see what it looks like. Things land where they may. You never know.
Exactly.
And I would say
That's it.
that mine is I love Christmas cards. I love them.
Mm,
My parents always sent Christmas cards but never picture Christmas cards. I think that was kind of like a new thing in the 90s and my mom's like, I'm not doing a picture card. And I always wanted like our family in a picture. I don't know why, because if you saw pictures of me, woo, you would be like, nope, no, no, nobody needed
job.
that with my braces and my bangs. And but I was 35 when my son was born. I was 33, I think, or 34 when I got married. I don't know, but I feel like I waited a long time, and just want I wanted to send Christmas cards with pictures on them. So every
I love
year
that.
we get pictures taken. And I mean, the lead up to that, talk about sweating and arguing and, get in the pants and put the shirt on. But my goodness, don't we just, my whole heart, my whole world right here in the picture that ends
Look
up
how
on the
precious
card.
we all look.
There was bribery involved, but I like sending them, but I love receiving them.
Yeah.
I just think it's so fun, and we keep them year to year, and we'll kind of go like we usually recycle them after the new ones start to come. But there's just something about getting like 7 Christmas cards in the mail. I think is so fun. So
Oh, I love that. That's a
that's my
great
one.
one.
And two more. What do you hope that your kids remember about the holidays when they like we were talking about our holiday feeling? Like, what do you want their general memory to be?
I love that. That's such a great question. I I feel like I want the idea um of a holiday being stressful for the purpose of creating joy
Mhm.
to be completely gone. I don't want them to remember any of the hustle and bustle that like interferes with us just like having fun
Yeah.
and being really intentional and like being in those. So I think that's like a big part of it is like letting those things go that
Yeah.
are not working for you because really my kids now are in that stage where they just if I show up and we're all in good moods and we're all eating good food and
Mhm.
everyone's like laughing and we have this like beautiful like opportunity for everyone to be in the same place at the same time with no
Yeah.
schedules. Like that is really what I just
That's the
like the
goal.
feeling is what I want them to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really think like the experiences go way farther than all of the like curated. I guess that's maybe more what I'm saying is like
Just
my
make it
attempt to
natural.
curate things. Yeah, so just whatever kind of evolves out of whatever everybody wants to be doing around the holidays and feels relaxed and feels like they can just be enjoying themselves. That's just what I want my kids to remember, to just feel like it was like joyful in a very organic way.
Even though you were probably buzzing around like a maniac, right? Making
Of
it all
course.
happen.
Of
Because don't
course.
you
Of
feel like
course.
like I want to do it all, so I kind of resign myself to like I'm gonna go hard this month and it's gonna be exhausting, but we'll make it look super easy and our kids will think mom just did it because I want it. Like the things that I don't want, I don't do, but I'm like I want to go to all the outdoor places. I want to bake the cookies. I want to sing the songs. I want to, go see Santa and do all of those things. So in the background, I think it's a lot of work, but like you're saying, if it's something that actually makes you happy, then it's worth it. And then the kids,
Yeah.
you're not grumpy about it and you want to do it, even though you're grinding yourself right into the ground
Yes.
because you are making memories. But
Yes. And
that's how I feel.
I think you'll find that too as your kids get bigger, right? You do kind of have that like FOMO when your kids are littler. Like I have to cram in every experience. And I was
Right.
exactly the same way. Like we had a Christmas calendar and there was something on it every single day. Like,
Hmm.
what are we doing on the first?
Right.
Because there were so many things to cram in and all
Yeah.
of it was like lovely and sweet and so fun. And so I think like there's just a season for that of being like, we do while the kids are still like willing participants. Like I
Right.
want to take them to every single thing that we possibly can.
Right.
And then being okay with like adapting as they get older and being like, oh, no one wants to go do this thing. Like,
So it's okay. We'll cross it
so
off
it's
the list.
okay.
Right. But
We'll
they
just,
did
yeah,
it. You gave them the
yeah,
experience, but now you can sort of, shave it down a little to what's the
yeah.
core of it. Yeah.
What's the core?
Love that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you could give one piece of advice to moms feeling overwhelmed this season, maybe with younger kids or with, older kids, what would you say?
Mm, and I think it just ties in perfectly to what we were just talking about. I think if I, like looking back, could offer up any words of wisdom, it would be that all of the background work is not worth it if you're not able to like be in the present and also be enjoying yourself. Because I think what our kids really want is just a mom who's present and a mom who's also enjoying herself and a mom who's able to like be able to sit down and take a minute and have her coffee and really
Right.
like watch her kids opening their presents. And so I guess if all the stuff going on in the background is so overwhelming that it
Yeah.
doesn't really let you just be in that moment, or even like the idea, right, that we're like having to record and document everything that's going on and it's just like keeping you
Right.
from
Taking it
like seeing it
in.
with your own eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it just, I mean, it's so silly, but it just goes so fast and they really are 11 and 13 and then 18 and 20 before you know
Right.
it. And
Right.
so, yeah, I just want to be able to like look at them and interact with them and not, yeah,
And
just
I've
really be with them in the moment.
I've heard somebody say that if you actually sit and enjoy a moment, you actually remember it better than if you're recording it,
Mm,
which makes complete sense. And you're like, because I feel like in the end, it all kind of comes like Christmas morning in my head is kind of all one blur. Like it's just my
yeah.
children and Christmas paper and this, again, this feeling and the smells and the holiday. I don't need to remember them opening the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's just this one big, happy, special memory. So it doesn't need to be recorded for all of posterity because they don't want that Amazon cloud anyway. They're like, stop, why did you take 47,000 pictures, on Christmas morning? But, just you enjoy it for yourself and you kind of just add to or make that memory bigger in your brain of just Christmas morning, one file, not
I love
18
that.
different files,
Yes.
just one.
That's
And
so wise. That's
and
so
I
wise.
always think like kids don't know what they didn't do, where they didn't go, what they didn't get. And that, were you thinking of buying this or were you going to go to this place, but you didn't? Well, don't tell them, and
Yeah.
then
Yes.
they don't know. And they are happy with, you put a Santa hat on it and my kids, it doesn't matter what it is. They're like, and so they,
Delighted.
right. So they don't know what you didn't do or what you didn't cook. And they're just happy that it's Christmas. So we'll end with
Oh, I
that,
love that
right?
so much. Yeah,
Do
I
what
love that
makes you
so much.
happy, make
Do what
your
works for your family.
memories.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yep.
There we go. We
I love
solved
that.
all the world's problems.
We are so good. Listen,
Hey, we
next
are. We're
episode.
good. I think we're going to have to do this again. And I have renamed my hot seat questions ending questions because, again, I just talk through them. So there is no rapid fire. So let's move
Okay.
on to our ending questions. I will
Okay.
try. Have you noticed how like quietly I have listened while you've answered? I've
I'm
tried really
so
hard.
proud of you. You are an active listener and you ask great questions.
And I made eye contact on the Zoom with you.
Yes, you did.
I was taking it all in. All right. So maybe some of these can be kind of quick and then some will have a little discussion. Real tree or fake tree?
Fig tree.
Okay. Um,
Real trees are very expensive down here and it's
oh, that
too
makes
dang hot.
sense.
We can't even keep them alive. They
They'd be
just
brown in the lot, probably.
truly,
Dead.
truly. Yeah, they're disgusting. So we do fig tree.
Do you have one or two? Like just one tree, one big tree?
One big tree, and then everybody's room has a little tree with their
Oh,
own
cute.
ornaments
Okay.
in it. Yeah,
Love it. Oh, right. The 18 ornaments. Gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
And letters locked up somewhere for another time.
Of course. Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
favorite Christmas music? Sorry.
Oh,
Favorite Christmas movie?
okay. I'm gonna pretend like this counts. It's Love Actually, and I
People,
refuse to be told that it does not. Yeah,
there's a big
British.
controversy, but Christmas
I,
movie.
Thank
I'll
you.
accept
It's
it.
got Christmas in it, so
I'll
that's what I'm
accept it.
sticking with.
How do you
Hmm
feel about the Hallmark? I'm a big lover of the Hallmark.
Listen,
It's
I
just
like that I can
happy.
start the movie and be like, I know exactly how this is going to end. I
Yes.
like a predictable,
Good
small
background
town.
music. It's like good
Thank
background
you.
noise.
Yes. I
Yes.
like that somebody from one of our like 90s, 2000s shows is going to be in it.
Like
Someone from
DJ
Full House will be
Tanner,
starring
or
in it.
yes,
Yes,
yes, or
exactly. Yes, yes,
yes, or
yes.
like Hey Deej, and
Hey,
Stephanie's in
dude.
some now, which is kind of weird, but
Stephanie,
she's there
Party Five.
too. And
Exactly.
it makes me feel really smart because I can always predict in the beginning how it's going to end, and usually I'm right. So I'm
You are
like,
usually, are
hey,
they going to be together in the end?
called it.
Yes. Called it.
Called it. We watched one this morning, and I was like, I bet what's going to happen here is, and I was right.
Is the big
Um,
city baker going to end up with the baker? Absolutely,
that's
yes.
right. Are they going to
Mhm.
fall in love against all odds? I think they might. Uh, hot chocolate or eggnog?
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh,
That's rough. That's rough. I'm gonna say hot chocolate, unless the eggnog maybe has a little adult
something special in it.
sparkle in it.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
Okay. See,
Yes.
I'm hot chocolate too. My husband and my kids really like eggnog, so we'll like mix it with milk. And I'll just say to my husband, I'm going to share it with you. And he's like, do you just want your own? I'm like, oh no, I'll
Yeah.
just have a couple sips. So I
So
think I like
sips.
it more than I tell myself I do, but I just share it. I don't need my own cup. And he's like, I'm going to
It's
go refill the cup. I'm like, oh great, I'll have a couple
you,
more
you drink
sips.
a lot. Okay.
Oh, you must have been really thirsty because my few sips didn't do anything. Favorite Christmas song?
I mean, I am so basic. It is Mariah Carey all the way. I
Oh, see,
I
I would
can't.
cross
I
that one
know.
off. That
I know.
one
I can't.
played
It's
out.
in Love Actually though, so that is
Okay,
probably
okay,
part of it. It's the ending
okay.
song in Love Actually. So I'm gonna say, are you like a Bing Crosby? Are you like White Christmas?
I kind of do it all. There's actually this one song, two songs. I think is it the Bare Naked Ladies and Sarah McLachlan sing Star of Wonder, Star of Night, and you hear it
Mm.
only occasionally. And then there's this other song that Chris Martin from Coldplay sings, A Thousand Miles, that I think is not, you would know it if you heard it. It's
It's a Christina Peretti song, I think, right?
okay.
Did
And
he re-record it? Yeah.
they're like special because I feel like you don't often hear them. They're difficult to find, and they'll be on the radio once in a while. Those are like my favorite. But other than that, I'm pretty much like just turn it on and like I'll listen to all of it, old
Just
stuff, new
anything.
stuff,
Yeah.
all
Kelly
of it.
Clarkson's new stuff is good. Yeah, I like
Taylor's Christmas Tree Farm, of course.
so good. So good.
My kids really like the Philadelphia Eagles. Some of them recorded 3 albums in the last 3 years and donated all the proceeds to charity, and they're really good.
Amazing.
Like these big hulking men have beautiful singing voices, and so we listen to a lot of that in our house, and that's kind of fun because it's a little different. My kids want to listen to it. Like we make a music list when we go on like a vacation in the summer, and they're like, "Can we listen to the Philly specials?" I'm like, "Well." No, like that's more like it's not as special if you listen
God.
to it all year long.
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey belting out Santa Claus is coming to town.
Oh,
It's
I have to check
beautiful,
that
but
out.
yeah, so they like that too. So that's fun because they're kind of new songs, but I feel like they'll turn into classics. So, but yeah, I like them all except
Just
Mariah.
anything.
I'm sorry.
Listen, do your kids like pentatonics? Because my kids are obsessed with the whole
Yeah, they're
pentatonics,
really
all
good
of their Christmas
too.
albums.
And
Yeah.
there's that other, is it Lindsay Sterling or something? And she
The
plays like the
violinist.
violin. Hers are really pretty. So I like the new and I like the old. And I like that there's like new coming out that I'm like, these will be like my kids'
Classics.
classics.
I know, that's true.
So,
Very good point.
Christmas morning or Christmas Eve? What's your pick?
Ooh, that's so hard. Okay, I really think actually I'm gonna say Christmas Eve, and that's only because I feel like just like with a lot of things, that the run up for me is almost more exciting than the actual thing
You're like
itself, you
standing
know?
on the edge of it. Yeah. Have
Yes, like
it
the
all
edge
to
of the
look forward to.
precipice.
I
Yes,
agree.
because just like we talked about Christmas Day, I'm taking Christmas down. We're finished.
Oh,
Goodbye.
it's done.
It's done.
It's
Yeah,
over.
hurry up, hurry up.
Baby
Christmas
Jesus
Day's
has
done.
been born. It's over.
Goodbye.
Sorry, baby Jesus, your birthday's done. But I feel that way about like the last day of school too. Like you're standing on the edge of it's all in front of you. And once
Yeah.
it goes so fast. So just enjoy the
Yeah.
anticipation. Um,
Yeah.
best holiday smell.
Oh, that's really hard. I really love. I just got this beautiful candle from Trader Joe's. It like a
Trader Joe's comes
cedar.
up on this show more often than you might think. I feel like maybe they
Really?
should reach out and sponsor me.
Trader
I
Joe's.
yeah, hello. Love Trader Joe's.
Oh,
What's their
same.
candle? Tell me, because I'll go get it. I didn't know they
It's
did
like a
one.
cedar balsam. It is
Okay.
beautiful. It just smells like
Oh,
a Christmas tree. I think
okay.
the actual Christmas tree smell, and probably because we don't have real Christmas
Right.
trees. You can get them. We have Christmas tree lots,
Yeah, but
but
they're
uh,
dead.
they're dead. Yeah, we're
They're
not we're
dead.
not buying a five
But
hundred
that's
dollar
good
Christmas tree.
because the sometimes that Christmas tree smell is really fake, so it's good to know that that one is like
Mm,
authentic. Okay.
delicious. Yeah,
I'm gonna
delicious.
go stock up next time I'm there. We
Cedar
just had
balsam, so
two
beautiful.
open near us in like the last 2 weeks. I know. I
So
have three
exciting.
within like 8 miles of me. It's
Oh
kind of
my
unheard of.
gosh. I
I'm a little
drive
jealous of
40
myself.
minutes. Yeah, you should be. I will take a hike to Trader Joe's because we do not have one close, but I will go anyway.
No, moved to Pennsylvania.
Oh,
And actually my next question was Mariah Carey. All I want, yes or no? And you are a yes.
oh,
I'll
I'm
answer
so
that for
sorry.
you.
I know. She's
And
nostalgia.
and you answered this one too, before Thanksgiving or after. You're before. You sell it.
I'm
You start. You start.
I'm gonna say we do what you do. I used to always say it was the day after Thanksgiving we would decorate, and now I'm just like, let's just start it.
Let's just
Let's
do
just
it.
get this party going.
I
Yeah,
saw them.
because we take it down on the 25th, so I'm like,
Right,
we
so
might
you
as
might
well
as well
just
get
enjoy.
maximize it.
Let's
But
go. Yeah.
I saw a meme last week that was like turkey tastes the same whether there's a tree in the room or not. I'm like, that's funny. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Very good
Um,
point.
and your last question, ugly sweater, fun or overdone?
Oh, I mean, I for sure think it's overdone, but who cares? It is so fun. We
Fun.
have, and I don't know what your school's doing, but my school does 14 days of dressing up.
Oh, I bet
So
the
when
parents
we,
love that so
it's for us,
much.
it's for the
I know.
teachers.
They're
So we
like,
are just in
so
our
what are, give
full
me a
glory.
sampling. What are some of your days?
Ugly Christmas sweaters, obviously one. We have got a Grinch day. We've got just like a snowman day. We have a Santa day. We have I feel like maybe like a holidays around the world day. I do have
Oh,
a
fun.
very quick story to tell you.
Sure.
So a few years ago, one of the Christmas dress up days or the winter holiday dress up days was
Yes.
dress like any other favorite holiday.
Oh, fun.
And I'm about to re-record the story for my Instagram because I posted it a few years ago, and for some reason, like the sound's not working, so I have to re-record it because it's the most wild story of all time. So I dressed up for Easter. I thought that would be really easy. I put on like an Easter dress, right?
Right.
It would be like super cute. So I did this rental where you could like rent a box, like rent clothes, and then they would
Okay.
come.
Oh,
You could
yeah, yeah,
decide if
yeah.
you're going to wear them. So I wear this dress. I think it's adorable. I get to school through the front office. Hi, everybody. Hi, kids. Hi, whatever. And I went to go walk in my building, and someone was like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you dressed as?" I'm like, "It's Easter. It's my Easter dress." And she got a little closer, and she said, "Do you know that there's naked ladies on your dress?"
Stop.
What?
Stop.
So I look at the print up close, and there are like a Renaissance fully naked women, like tiny naked ladies
You
all
just thought
over
it
my
was a really pretty
entire
print.
not even what. So I immediately was like, she's like, how did you not see that? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I thought they were. I guess I
Yeah,
just didn't
I
put the dress
just
on. And
happy
so
Easter.
I had to leave. Of course, all days, right? The Lord's resurrection. That is what I decided to wear. So I had
Oh
to
my
go home
gosh.
and change clothes. And the naked lady dress is very famous at my school now because every time we have anything where we have to be
They're like,
dressed up,
Becca, are you gonna
everyone's
wear the
like, "Are you
naked
doing
lady
the
dress?
naked
Ha
lady
ha
dress?"
ha.
Yeah.
Everybody's a comedian. Okay, everybody. Yep. We have a few jokes
Weirdly
like
enough, I
that at
did
my
not keep the
school.
dress.
I'm the
Yeah, I
butt
did
of
send it
many
back.
of them, so I
Yes.
understand. Like,
You got to have the right personality for it. That's
glad
why.
everybody's laughing at my expense. That's really funny. Did you keep it or did you return it?
I returned it. Yes, I returned it, which I mean, it's a shame because
I
I
feel
feel
like you
like I
should have
should have
kept
framed
it
it
and
and put it
just
up.
like brought it out
I
once in
know.
a while. Like
I
just
do have a lot of good photographs of it though,
okay,
so
good.
I have it for my
So you
memory.
have
So
it all for all
wonderful.
of posterity. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
perfect.
enough. Fair enough. That's a great story.
That's
Uh,
the note we're leaving on. We're ending on Naked Lady.
there we go. Started with baby Jesus, ending with naked ladies. It's all good. Well, Becca, thank you so much. And listeners, thank you for joining us today and talking about creating holiday magic while also enjoying it yourself and not feeling overwhelmed. Be sure to follow Math with Miss McD on Instagram and Facebook, and Rebecca McDonagh, or your Math with Miss McD on Instagram, and
Mhm.
Rebecca
Rebecca
McDonagh on
McDonagh on
Facebook.
Facebook.
And I
Yep.
will link in the show notes. So that everybody, because your McDonagh is spelled a funny way, like not the
It
regular
is.
Nagh, but
I know,
I
you're
will
right.
link everywhere so people can find you if they don't. When I told a lot of people I was recording a few, they were like, "What? How did you get her?" I go, I sent her an email and asked, and they were like, "Oh!" So I have a
And she was
lot of
like,
people,
a podcast, cool,
and I
fun.
was like, I think we're friends now. I think I'm
Yes,
friends with the
yeah.
Instagram name lady. So anyway, I will definitely people will find you, don't worry. You will if you have not already watched, you will absolutely love her reels. She also has a book coming out in late May or early June entitled Math to the Music, grade 4 and 5. Be sure to be on the lookout for it in the spring of 2026. I hope you enjoyed listening to Mom's Work today. Please like, share, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Mom's Work Podcast and listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are available. Wishing you and your family a holly jolly Christmas and a jingle bell, a rockin' New Year. Thanks, Becca.
Bye. Thanks again.
Thank you.